Hi everybody, it's the Intuitive Healer, and today I'll be doing a reading for the sign of Libra. All right, so let's go ahead and tune your energy, Libra. All right, for those of you stopping by for the very first time, welcome to my channel. And for those of you already part of the Intuitive Healer Tarot family, well, welcome back, my lovelies. Make sure you guys watch until the end of the video. There's some really good juicy nuggets here for you to take in. All right, so today I'll be talking to you about our second chakra, Archangel Ariel. Now, Ariel is an intimate and a creative angel. And now, I believe that her energy is really to bring in inspired creativity and allow us to have a greater comfort with intimacy in our lives. And so she kind of pulls away any of the hurt from the past when it comes to intimacy with others, and possibly with, yourself if you're having some traumas in that sector. All right. So it's really kind for us to really pull the pieces back and really get to the hurts and pains so that we can feel more balance, All right. So let's go ahead and pull some cards here. Ascended Masters, angels, and guides. Please guide me to the highest and best messages for the sign of Libra. All right. So, starting off here, we have attachment. I am seeing right off the get-go that there is this understanding of really holding on to the past and really not wanting to do that, but it's been interfering in little avenues of your life. Our next card is strategy. We have the thinking man. Action. Fifth chakra. Angel of strength. Rest and rejuvenation. And then our last card out is envy. All right, so getting into this reading a little bit, here is a card that I think a lot of us would struggle with. This idea around attaching ourselves to something because, we want it to be ours. And I think with the attachment, there is this codependency that we've been reliant upon a certain energy or a certain person for quite some time. And we're now unraveling how to deal with that energy from the past so that moving forward, we won't have any of these hurts and pains. And I think that's the reason why we have the second chakra, Archangel Ariel, is this intimacy. You had a relationship, or, you wanted a relationship that you would be more attached to somebody. We have different levels of codependency. But this angel here is igniting this movement within you to detach from the stuff that you are so attached to. Because I think it could be blocking something from you. We have Number 21 in strategy. This card to me also kind of pulls up this idea around really planning your life out in a different direction. Really taking, a real step in awareness towards really seeing what's in your best interest. Who's in your best interest? Who you should be surrounding yourself with. Because if they're supporting you in a lot of the ways of your life, well, that's alignment. But if they're not, and they're always counteracting what you're saying, there needs to be a new strategy, Libra. The thinking man is this person that is really evolving. This person that regards themselves in the highest. Really strategizing a different way of living, wanting to live large, but really not wanting to spend the time to consume your life with that. Now, some of you Libras are getting really, really smart about doing a lot of things remotely. Keep on that track. I think that will be your best place of comfort. And those of you wanting to travel, there you go. All right? So, thinking man. So, applying these things and putting them into action. Not sitting back and, simmering on it, but really thinking things through to the benefit of all. Because Libra, you want your life to be happy and pleasurable. And if there's something in your life that's making that, there's your action. That's where you need to apply yourself towards that direction. It's just adding to your happiness, Libra. All right, so there's a few cards here. We have the 5th chakra, and we also have Angel of Strength, Rest and Rejuvenation, and Envy. I'm going to go ahead and come back here to our Angel of Strength. And I'm going to say to you right away that the Angel of Strength is really this energy surrounding getting past some stuff from old relationships, old experiences, maybe an old job. And allowing yourself to say, hey, look, this does not fit my life anymore. I'm going to take a leap of faith towards myself, and I'm going to understand my personal power, my inner strength, and I'm going to gravitate towards that, getting some rest and rejuvenation, meditating, taking care of yourself, major self-healing right now, Libra. Even though you want to engage other people, it's time to just go in and isolate yourself. The 5th chakra. The 5th chakra to me is all about, I would say, self-expression, speaking your truth, being able to express yourself in a loving way towards others. Maybe you've been holding back words that maybe you need to speak. I think that it's time for you to start acknowledging your power and communicate, in a readiness towards others. I think this truthful expression is going to be good for both yourself and others. This seems to be a time right now where you're learning how to communicate with others in relationships, especially Libra. Communicating yourself, communicating your heart. This heightened communication is with spirit, and it's really with telepathy with others as well. But I am sensing that there's somebody that maybe is not hearing you clearly. And they really need to hear your heart, Libra. So, whatever the case may be there, sit in that space. I think that there's some people around you that are maybe envious of a partnership, maybe a business partnership that you're involved in, or, you know, whoever's watching, male, female cross watchers. Just know that you can, you know, pull these bits and pieces of the story, make you understand that there's somebody around you that's either envious of you or you're envious of them, and that needs balance. And, you know, I think this going into the rest and rejuvenation is going to stir up those feelings to get them reconciled. Maybe you're behaving in the same way you did in the past. I don't know. Maybe you're not seeing the same vision as another. Maybe you don't want to walk that path. You need to voice your truth. You need to be honest about that. You need to take care of yourself, Libra. It's time for you to really take space in your life. There is this block here called indecision. And of course it comes up and it looks like road signs here. It's blocking something. It's blocking abundance in your life. You are blocking abundance in your life with this indecisiveness, Libra. Got to be clear about what you want. You know, I think when we are in a place where we really have to voice our truth about things, you know, it's really hard for us to get to that place. It's hard for us to hurt other people. And so when we know that there's something that we have to do, it's really hard for us and it takes forever. But you know, when there's something beautiful in front of you, Libra, you need to take note to that as well. Because I feel like this is the sacred path. This is the temple path. This is the temple path to your spiritual higher self. And you're going to find yourself in a different regard here. You just are. Because there's love here. There's love here, Libra. It's a man holding a heart, or, you know, this is non-gender related. It could be for male or female. You know, change the genders around if need be. But there's love. There's a lot of love here. And I think this was, well, this was the path to love. You just didn't see it like that. And that's where you come in with the indecision. Ooh, Libra. Oh man, let's get into my gateway cards because I want to kind of get to the love stuff, you know. I think that when we're in a place of transition, I think when we're in a place of really understanding ourselves, you know, we start to realize that as we look deeper, there's this majestic illumination happening with us. That there's something special about us that maybe nobody saw. And you know, it's really up to us to create that vision for ourselves. Sometimes we get in a place where we're awakening to some ancient wisdom. Our deep inner knowing is emerging. And we're trying to find our truth. And maybe in the past we struggled with sharing ourselves. But time for you to be generous to others that deserve the best parts of you, Libra. Yeah, I think when it comes to interactions with others, you know, relationships are always the struggle. But if we come into situations with open heart, And we can find a comfortable space to interact with others. Launching your journey. I'm an intrepid traveler sailing forth into the universe. So there you are, you know, it's you moving onto a different path. You're taking a new journey. You're going somewhere different. You are creating another, I say, version of your life. Maybe didn't have permission to do that in the past. You definitely have permission now. Nothing can stop you, Libra. I think what's stopping you is maybe yourself. Maybe sometimes we let others stop us. We don't realize it. You are spiritually connected to those you love. You know, whether you're far away from your loved ones, I think that there's always this understanding of love from afar, that no matter what, our hearts are with them. It says, I have found the me that my soul loves. There's a huge self-love card right there, Libra. Just saying. Release your worries and receive universal abundance. So with this new journey, spells money in a different way, Libra. It's just you got to figure out your niche. I think you need to use your creativity to inspire others. And you know, that could very well turn into a job endeavor. Souls that belong to each other will always find their way back together. So some of you guys might be in relation with a soulmate past life relationship. Maybe things have been getting a little too hot and heavy. Got to cool it off with the winter cold, right? But always keep perspective here. Your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them. So with that person, things can really get to be off the hook. Right, Libra? Finally have happiness, just like you always wanted. And here we go. Our bravery is, you know, it's being in a spontaneous state of mind. Says adventure waits. Go find it. Yeah. I think Libras are going to be really lucky in love in 2021. I think that you guys will have, you know, a new perspective, maybe a very complicated relationship, maybe an uncomplicated relationship. I think the freedom in who you are is really going to come to the forefront of your life, and that's how you're going to make your choices. And I think you're magnetizing some pretty special stuff to you, Libra. Man. So, you know, just roll with it. Be with it. Go in the flow. Be in the thick of it, right? Never know what's around the corner. Look at that. 3 of Wands. Super good card. Taking that journey, seeing the future, looking ahead. King of Cups energy. There's your abundance. Yep. There's your abundance, Libra. It's huge energy to sit in. But you're on top of the world because you got love. There's love here. Whew. All right. You remember that the past held a lot of pain and hurt and sorrow. There was a lot of fighting, maybe lots of misunderstandings. But you know what? Now you're made peace with it. Moving on. Love has come to find you, and you can leave the past behind, Libra. Please stop your guardedness. Two of Swords, trying to protect yourself. You're not going to get hurt anymore, Libra. Don't be so protective or defensive. You know, I heard a little phrase in a song one time. It's like when the walls come down, they'll hurt people. That's what I think about the Two of Swords, is that it could hurt someone. So steer clear of those walls. There's a death of the old self here, Libra. You don't get to go back into that old energy because I think you learned some lessons. You learned some very valuable lessons, and now you're moving towards better direction, better headspace. You know what's right for you. It's just, how do you initiate that in your life so that people understand? And not sitting in Four of Swords energy and worrying, but prevailing victoriously with our Knight of Cups. Being inspired to have a better future. Just saying, Libra. Not everybody sees your vision. Well, it's okay. You've overcome the pain, Ten of Swords. Overcome the heartbreak. Congratulations, you did it. No one's gonna stomp on your parade anymore. Ace of Wands, love is come into union here, partnering up. I just think it's a beautiful thing, Libra, when everything can fall into place. It's like, you know, petals of a flower just folding in together. So have joy and happiness in your heart. And know that good things can come. We believe it, we trust it. We don't have to be in a place where we're allowing the heart to break over and over. That we can stand in our power. Queen of Pentacles, we can make this life a lot better. We can see better for ourselves. You got to go within. You got to isolate yourself. It's hard. You want to be with everybody. I'm going to pull a couple more cards here. I think I need to get a little bit more in depth with this. I feel like I'm just kind of grazing the surface. All right, so we have the Chariot. This is, intuitively heading in the right direction. King of Pentacles is, this energy of really planning this stable future. I don't think you know how to do that, but you do have the power. The Empress brings in that fertile ground for you to till. Plant your vegetables in. Four of Pentacles, but don't let anybody get around your stuff and be greedy, okay? Because that's not healthy either. The Moon allows you to move through all those emotions in a more healthier state of mind, and allow the sun to come down and shine on you so you can illuminate yourself to others. The world is at your feet right now. It really is. All the elements are there for you to succeed, Libra. But you just got to open the door to success. And it's hard because you have 3 doors to pick, right? Hopefully it's not 3 options of people to pick. Just saying. If you are, got to back out of that stuff. That's toxic. Got to shine like a star. That means being authentic truth. Hangman allows you to be in a completely different headspace. Completely different headspace. How? Well, because it allows you to have a clear view. You know, it's you ending the end of the road to being in a sad state of mind. You know, there's a change of consciousness here that's kind of bringing you a completely new perspective on the world that you're living in. And so I believe that it kind of depends on your own belief system, and that you need to stand on those beliefs. What I'm seeing here, Libra, is this change, this movement of a completely different life outside of what you've ever been used to. And you know, the universe is asking you to open the door up to the opportunities that are right here in front of you. So choose wisely, follow your heart, follow that heart space and do the right thing, Libra. Okay? If you guys like this reading, give it a like. Make sure you share and subscribe. Also hit that notification bell so you be notified when my new videos do come up. And I am available for readings at this time, so call on me and I will help you out, give you some advice. But no, here you have your own free will, so make sure in all endeavors choose wisely. All right, Libra, love you guys so much, and thank you for allowing me to read your reading today and give you some insight on what I'm seeing in the cards and what's to come. All right, Libra, love you. Namaste.